inside Grand Park as we get set for the second half of the USL W League season here on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports. The Indy 11 women getting set to take on Flint City AFC for the second time this season. Good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Margaret McLaughlin, I'm Kurt Darling. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight as we have a heck of a game. Of course, this is a team they played before here, Margaret, but it's a brand new team in a sense, as we have a lot of new faces on both sides here tonight.
I think Flint City has made some changes to their roster, trying to upgrade from the last time that we played them. Indy 11 looks to bring out a couple of new faces as well, but I think you rely on the veteran leadership to keep what's been working and keep the momentum going for the team.
Of course, a couple of those new faces you're going to be seeing tonight. Addie Chester going to be in the midfield tonight for Indy 11, but also in goal, Nona Reason, who has had a lot of credentials to her roster, of course, to her career throughout her high school career, and of course going to college here soon. But she's in tonight for Mackenzie Wood. But Nona Reason, she brings a lot to the table in the net. She's
an unbelievable keeper. She's physical. She's strong. I've seen her make the most athletic moves and saves. She will be fun to watch if she's tested at all. She's heading off to University of North Carolina next weekend, so it will be great to see her out there tonight.
And of course, in preparing for this game, we've talked about how these two teams have to prepare for essentially brand new things. You might see some new setups from the Indy 11 as well, based on what they had in Michigan. You have a whole lot of different skill sets that you have to prepare for, and that's whole new strategies.
Right, and I think they watch film from the last game, and then they're not really sure what Flint throws at them tonight, so their ability to adjust on the fly is going to be pretty important tonight.
And then, of course, taking a look at the conference standings here, you have Indy 11 and Racing Louisville on top, but also Flint City down at 2 and 4. So needless to say, Indy 11 can keep a lot of momentum going if they can get a win here this evening. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups, keys to the game, and the opening kick. You're watching the Indy 11 taking on Flint City AFC on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports.
Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. That means you get more miles per gallon with Honda. Save at the pump with up to 40 mpgs for Honda cars and SUVs. Search your local Honda dealer today.
So many people were out of work from COVID, not being able to pay their utility bills, not being able to pay their rent, and that's why our job is so important.
And what we've committed to is working with our partners around food pantries, around making sure that people get connected to what they need.
Our job is more than just giving people resources, it's be that hand to help them when they're feeling down.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/simplydelivered. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Place your soccer bets at Bet Rivers Sportsbook, your new home for soccer betting. The most soccer betting options on the sport you love. We offer live in-game betting on major soccer matches worldwide. We have tons of bets available during game, from money lines, goal spreads, player goals, half bets, and many more. Bet Rivers is proud to be the official sports betting partner of the Indy 11, Indiana's team. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your bets at betrivers.com.
In 7 years, you can meet, get married, have kids, get a dog, and still be covered in your Honda certified vehicle. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus factory-trained technicians and Honda genuine parts. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of Indy 11, and by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Once again, alongside Margaret McLaughlin, I'm Kurt Darling. Thank you so much for joining us again here as we have a solid crowd on hand inside of Grand Park, getting set for a Flint City AFC and Indy 11 women's action here on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports. So, Margaret, as you take a look here at the crowd, obviously it's been a really good ride here. You have your third home game of the season now, and it's just really cool to see this big atmosphere. You've got the apparel shop over there as well. It's just good to see all these people out here to support this team.
There's a lot of local community people. I think the Brickyard Battalion is in full force. They brought the drums tonight, so that's going to add to the atmosphere and the environment that we got, making it difficult for Flint City to come in here tonight.
Indeed, it does, of course. To be successful, you have to have some starting lineups as well. Brought to you by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of Indy 11. As you see the teams walking out onto the field, let's take a look at the starters tonight for the Indy 11. We mentioned in the open here, Margaret, Nona Reason going to be getting the nod in goal tonight. But other than that, a couple of regulars as well, including Julia Leonard, Jenna Chatterton as well, but also Addie Chester. She's going to be one to watch tonight.
And this is Addie's first start for this season. She's dynamic. She likes to run through the midfield. She's going to be exciting to watch. And Nona's a veteran keeper, even though this is her first start here with Indy 11. She's going to be acrobatic and exciting.
And then you take a look at the starting lineups for Flint City AFC. This is a team that has really had a very rotating roster, to say the least, as Kayla Shuck will get her second start tonight in goal. But other than that, you have a lot of new faces, but led by Captain Zoe Hudson.
Yeah, I don't actually know that much about Flint City, so we will see what they're bringing in tonight. It looks a little bit different from the last time that we played them, so I think it's key for Indy 11 to be able to adjust to whatever they throw at us here as early as we possibly can.
And of course, with that, along with the keys, let's go ahead and get to your Central Indiana Honda dealer keys to the game. Let's start with your first one, is starting mindset.
Yeah, the last time that we played, it was 6-1, so we could come in here maybe a little overconfident. So it's really important that we're sharp from the start and we come out and we take it to them at the beginning. Second one is adjusting to the changes, right? What will Flint City throw that looks different from the last time we saw them? And then can we finish our chances? We will have looks on goal. How much quality can we have in the box in the final third will make the difference in tonight's scoreline.
The Indy 11 coming off of a big win over Midwest United FC a week ago right here on this very field. It was a 1-0 victory, the first 1-0 victory in the history of this team. They had either won by multiple goals or a draw in the prior games before this one. So needless to say, looking to keep up the pace here. And of course, when we're talking about that game here, Margaret, the big difference for that game was the fact that the defensive line played so well against Midwest State United.
They were just very organized and very solid the whole entire game. And we broke down the other team. We're able to keep possession, continual passes, and Christina Lynch found a little hole and slotted it in there.
And with that, we're underway as the Indy 11 take the opening kick. And right out of the gate, you see Addie Chester showing her agility, getting right inside before kicking it back outside here to Greta Krazula, who is playing up in the midfield, normally a defender, getting a little bit of a rotation. And we talked to Coach Paul Dolinsky about that at practice earlier, as the header goes just wide from Rachel McCarthy.
It's a great way to start, right? That's what we talked about. What's your mindset coming into this? And clearly it's to be on the front foot and pressure them as much as we can from the very beginning.
But as I was talking about there, Margaret, we talked with Coach Paul Dolinsky about the versatility of this team. You can literally plug any one of these players into any one of these positions, and they can deliver for you.
They're elite, collegiate, semi-pro. Some have played pro. Some have played with their national teams. They're competitors. They know what they want to do. They're all good on the ball. And so, yeah, they can be pretty flexible in here, even though we have a really good plan and a start lineup.
This portion of the ball game brought to you by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of Indy 11.
This is a free kick in a dangerous space. That's not something you want to do to start the game here.
So the 11 kind of backed up against the wall here at the moment, which is exactly what they create right at the 18. And going to be taking this free kick is Abby Worthman. So far, 4 shots on goal this season. And standing right there with her as well appears to be Ariana Jalix. So here we go, as Worthman will send it inside, and it goes just wide of the net. And that's certainly deceiving, as you have the field goal football field net back right there, and you kind of take a little bit of a collective sigh of relief when you realize that it goes just wide.
It was close from our vantage point, right? I think Nona had it covered, and there's a good distribution by her.
So 2 minutes in, both teams have had a decent look at the goal, as AFC with control of it now. And working it upfield is going to be Karkaba, who is a new addition to this roster for Flint City. Anna Schroeder trying to work it inside. Good defense there by Grace Barr, the player coach of Indy 11. A lot of credentials to her name as well. Played her college ball at Wisconsin and Xavier, where she was an All-Big East selection in 2019. And so here we go with the first corner of the game. Working it inside, batted around, and it's going to be cleared out. And a good defensive set there momentarily by the 11, but there is no reason to corral it and clear things out.
It was well organized, right? It wasn't very dangerous. You never want to give up those corner kicks, especially early in the game, but hopefully we can settle in here, keep possession of the ball in the back. That's a little bit of a giveaway there by Grace, puts us under a little bit of pressure again, and another corner. And so Alexis Sabog pushes it out of bounds off of the foot of one of the 11 players. Looks like that might have been Ella Rogers getting a touch on that. And a corner, back again we go. As we're 3.5 minutes in. Sending it in. Headed out, nicely done by the 11. And a big steal by Soderstrom, and she gets tripped up. And a free kick coming up here for Indy. It's a good job by Katie to come back and help a little bit, able to keep it a couple of touches and then draw the foul. Grace will just go back to Nona, start it from a different angle. Working it up the far side of the field is Julia Leonard. And once again, the 11 kind of having a little bit of trouble clearing it out of their side of the field at the moment. And finally, they get it across the middle of the pitch. It's a good long throw by Robin McCarthy. That's a dangerous weapon to have. Addie Chester tries to unwind it inside, but one of the Flint City players getting a foot on it. Back the other way we go. It's a good recovery run by Addie. Win that ball. Not a bad possession by Flint. Sammy Lopez on the charge there for AFC. Greta Kazula works it up the far sideline. Headed up by McCarthy, and it goes out of play. Back into the hands of Flint City. You can hear Coach Dolinsky in the background giving a little bit of instruction there at the beginning. See if we can't bypass the midfield for a little bit, I think is what he's asking our backs to go a little bit longer. Allow us to settle in a little bit. Here's a nice attack here coming from Flint City off the foot of Carcaba. And again, just pushing a little wide and out of play. So Nona Reason seeing a lot of pressure, but so far seems to be handling it pretty well through the first 5 minutes. Yeah, nothing super dangerous. She's a kid who has a ton of confidence, and it shows in how she plays and how she manages those in front of her. It's a good run up the sideline by Jenna Chatterton into Rachel McCarthy. And here's McCarthy going up inside, tries to feed it in, and Chester tries to get a toe on it. Nothing doing there. Also Soderstrom. And now here's an opportunity. Inside, score! Wow. Maddie Williams gets her 3rd goal of the season and puts the Indy 11 up 1-0 early. Looked like the Flint City players thought that that was an offside. She was in an offside position, but what a really good pressure by Robin McCarthy to send that ball back in and put in a dangerous spot, and quality finish from Maddie Williams right there. So give McCarthy the big A to her name as well, and the big G to Maddie Williams. A heck of a play by the soon-to-be playing at Purdue. Or rather, actually, no, she's graduated from Purdue. Graduated. Yes. She's had a couple years of professional experience overseas. That's right. So she's in the working world and trying to get back into soccer a little bit. So she goes to work all day and then comes out and trains with the girls. And, you know, just a little bit of maturity with a player who's had some of those experiences. She also scored a goal against Flint City AFC back on May 12th when these two teams met up in Michigan, so she certainly knows how to score against this team, as we just saw. It's a good way to start, right? We're only 7 minutes in, so it's a good thing. I'll do Ben Rivers at the next dead ball. Copy that. So on the far sideline, Flint City going to try and dig themselves out of an early hole.
as there's a long strike that goes just wide off of the toe there of Allie Leonard, a Butler player, one of many on this Flint City team making the trek up from Indianapolis to play for this team based in Michigan. Here come the 11 again, meandering their way up. Soderstrom loses the handle on it, and Kayla Shuck skies it into the air. Not a good touch there as the 11 keep it on this side of the field to keep the pressure up. And I'm sure from a coaching perspective here, Margaret, always getting that first goal just always gets a huge weight off of your shoulders.
It does. It's allowed them to settle in a little bit, keep some possession here. I think Coach Dolinski's just yelling at them to, stretch it out just a little bit wider.
And there's Chester with her first shot on goal, going just a little wide and out of the reach of Shuck. And needless to say, Kayla Shuck breathing a huge sigh of relief after that one. But that just goes to show you, Addie Chester, a new addition to this team here, playing at Delta in high school. She scored 201 career goals.
That's amazing amount of goals just in the limited number of games that she's played in a high school season. So she's very dangerous, and you can just tell when she picks up the ball, she's always looking for the goal.
Chatterton pushes it up ahead to McCarthy. McCarthy off of the heel inside. Here's Williams again. And a shove to the ground there. This first half brought to you by Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers, the official sports betting partner of Indy 11. Bet with a winner. So a free kick here for Kayla Shuck allows them to clear things out and catch a little bit of their breath. Meanwhile, the 11 playing with a lot of fire right now.
Had a couple of really good looks that last one down. Some creative little back heel pass by Maddie, try and get in. They were called offside there at the end, but just some combinations that you want to see from them. It's exciting soccer.
Going up the sideline here this time is Sabag. But she gets her pocket picked there by Chester, and a big steal by Chester gives it off to Soderstrom. Long kick up top. And McCarthy couldn't quite get it there.
There's a lot of space over here for Jenna Tatterton. If we can get her a little bit wider, Grace Barr can find her on the sideline. And then that opens up the middle here like it just did for Greta. And now out to Jenna. It's really an easy ball.
Chatterton flying up the sideline, gets held up. A few touches there, but clearing it away from Karkaba. Chester pushes it ahead, tries to find Soderstrom, rather Maddie Williams, and it sails out of play.
It's a really good look, just didn't have enough on it to catch her. This is a dangerous long throw coming again from Robin McCarthy.
McCarthy sends it into the penalty area, and it just bounces once right into the hands of Shuck. A little bit out of the reach there of Maddie Williams, who tried to get ahead on it.
Saw her directed traffic right before she took it. Said, you guys, I can throw it that far.
Flint City hasn't been able to get anywhere close to the 18 here over the last few minutes or so. And here we go again. Maddie Williams is onside. She has a little bit of help on the other side of the field, clears it inside, and it's headed out by one of the Flint City defenders, and we have a whistle and a free kick going to go to Flint City.
It's a good looking ball though coming in there from Maddie Williams. She was looking for Rachel McCarthy, and she just got a little bit tripped up with the Flint player. It's a good job by Ella Rogers to battle in there in the midfield.
Ella Rogers scored against this team back up in Michigan earlier. That was a 6-1 win for the Indy 11 to really set the tone for the season early on.
Yeah, that's a lot of goals, right? And they're not going to be a team that sits back after they get the first two. They're going to continue to get after it.
Here's Karkarba. Pushes it ahead now to Elena Wood. And Wood gets nicely held up by Grace Barr, but still comes away with it. But still some excellent defensive pressure here by the Indy 11 back line, just like we saw in the previous game, as a big trip up there. And the official not reaching for a card at the moment, but that was a pretty tough foul there, as Rachel McCarthy will get a free kick.
And the Flint player getting a little bit of a warning there, saying, slow down, I see what you're doing. That was a pretty easy call there.
So that's Izzy Karkarba playing mostly here on the near side of the pitch. So Grace Barr will take the free kick.
She was looking to serve that into the box, but Coach Paul Dolinsky just says, let's just play it. Let's see what happens. Go around the back, change the field just a little bit and find some holes.
Here's Chester. Tries to push it back to one of her teammates there, but gets intercepted by Flint City. Back and forth we go, though, and still ends up back in to the possession of Indy 11. Headed up inside. Soderstrom can't quite get it there, and it's put out of play. And it will be 11 ball on the throw-in.
I think Robin McCarthy will come for this one as well, right? Got a dangerous long throw this close to the goal.
And she's getting a running start here on this one as she sends it long into the penalty area, and easily corralled, though, by Kayla Shuck in traffic.
I mean, that's a dangerous thing. If she can pull it away from the goalkeeper just a little bit, give us a chance to get some of the front players on it, the Indy 11 in there, in the mix, see what happens.
Flint City with the long ball over to Karkarba. Trying to push it inside to the penalty area. Instead, it'll be cleared out by Nona Reason, and she finds Chatterton. Krazula sends it long. Into the feet of Ella Rogers. She has a little bit of help, and she uses it. Robin McCarthy. Back to Rogers. Rogers sends it into the penalty area, some traffic. Chatterton, or rather than no, that's going to be Chester. And needless to say, that would have been a good field goal if this was American football.
Got stuck underneath her just a tiny bit. She was in a little bit too tight. If she can hold her run, then she's smacking that, and it's hitting the back of the net.
Of course, you could hear the Brickyard Battalion acknowledging the field goal as being good. You certainly love the parallels as well. Addie Chester going to be playing at the University of Louisville next year.
She's a speedy, fast player, and they love that there at Louisville. She'll just fit in great.
And there she sends it a little bit long for Soderstrom, whose name we haven't said a whole lot of tonight. Of course, Katie Soderstrom, 5 goals this season, leading in that regard for the Indy 11. She's taken 14 shots as well. Needless to say, she's been their key offensive fixture. But of course, she did not have a goal at all in their grinded out win against Midwest United back on June 3rd.
Katie's a kid who's going to work for 90 minutes and then some, whatever she needs to do. She's going to continue to run, and she's always in finding good spots, seeing if she can't get in a place where she can finish. Any junk that's in there, for sure she's going to finish. She likes to hang around and poach those goals.
Rogers wide open to Williams. She has some room. Shot, score!
That's a big time goal. What a placement.
Make it number 2 for Maddie Williams.
It's great vision by the midfield to swing that ball over to her. She had the composure and the presence of mind to just go ahead, step on it, and then chip the keeper as she started to come.
So she had 2 goals coming into this game on the season here, Margaret. 2 goals tonight, making it 4 total on the year.
It's not even time for halftime yet, is it?
Exactly.
Right, let's keep going.
So 2-0 on your scoreboard as we work through the 17th minute and some change.
It's just a good build, and you could feel it was coming. They had plenty of chances. but just real quality from Maddie.
But now here comes AFC with a big kick from Izzy Karkarba to try and find it inside to Sabog, but just sails out of the back line for a goal kick coming up from Reason. A little bit of pressure here from Flint City.
Yeah, we got to find those holes early and get the ball out of the back line and into the midfield.
Now this is a Flint City AFC team that's affiliated with the Flint City Bucks of the USL League 2, who is certainly a team with a lot of notoriety, having won the USL League 2 title in their inaugural season back in 2019. And you see a lot of these prominent men's clubs affiliated with these upstart women's teams really trying to get the feet wet here for the USLW League.
And I think it's been a great start from a lot of teams, and there's a little bit of growing pains for sure in any number of different groups depending on the organization. I think that's makes it even more impressive that Indy 11's been able to pull off these kind of crowds and this quality of a product on the field.
So here comes Maddie Williams again, this time on the other side of the field. And needless to say, you see a little bit more pressure being ramped up here by Flint City on Maddie Williams, seeing as how she has been deadly so far in this contest.
Yeah, they've had to adjust and get a little bit tighter with her receiving the ball.
And so if you're the Flint City coaching staff at this point, what do you tell your team in this in particular instance, from a coaching perspective, when you're down 2-0 such as this at this point in the game?
Well, I mean, I think this is a young team, right? So they're going to try and continue to do what they were doing. That last goal was obviously a missed assignment on the back post, and so I think they just need to make sure that they're organized, they're focused, right? It's a lack of focus. I mean, it's quality by Maddie for sure. She took her advantage of that, but Flint should have had somebody sort of over on that side.
This portion of the match brought to you by Community Health Sports Medicine, exceptional care simply delivered. So a dead ball and a free kick coming up here for Indy. And there you see Julia Leonard playing the midfield today. Played 5 years at Butler, and she led the Dogs to an NCAA tournament appearance with a 15-5-1 mark that year, and a Big East All Freshman team selection back in 2017.
Yeah, she was a good player with them, very consistent. She's a great leader, keeps everybody organized. She's always positive, giving encouragement to her team, and she's fun to play with for sure.
There's Leonard again, heading it forward to Rogers. And this time into the feet of Anna Schroeder. Schroeder puts it right into the feet there of Soderstrom, who can't quite get the handle on it. And AFC will clear it out.
There's Julia again, just taking a touch, playing it wide, keeping possession, not panicking.
Rogers in the middle. Chatterton has to backtrack.
But that's really good possession, a good place to swing it. We're able to play through the 6 and unlock some people right here.
Williams again. Hat trick for Maddie Williams. Holy cow.
She shrugs her shoulders like, I don't know, why not? What a night so far.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first hat trick in Indy 11 women's history.
What a night. Congrats, Maddie Williams.
And she's now tied Katie Soderstrom for the most goals scored this season, 3 of which coming tonight here in the first 22 minutes and some change. You certainly love to see that. As you see there here, she's still struggling like, oh, okay.
It's just fantastic, right? I mean, she's a true professional. She's in the right place at the right time, takes her opportunities, and she's finishing her chances, which was the key to the game right there. She's had 3 looks and 3 goals.
So Flint City trying to dig themselves out again, but cleared out by Indy. And when we were at practice yesterday, Margaret, you know, we were talking with Coach Dolinsky about how they were really working on possession and possession drills and making sure that they could work in high traffic situations. Well, needless to say, you're seeing a lot of that really put into practice here in this one.
We have seen that, right? And then I think they are able to play in these tight spots. I'm going to let you talk if Maddie's running in on goal again. You never know, right? But their ability to play in tight spots unlocks somebody else, and I think that's where we've had really good chances by being able to spring our outside backs either in Robin or Chatterton, and then it opens up holes for the 3 front players. There you go.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Soccer Saturday. Soccer Saturday presented by Indy 11. Join us every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. with Greg Rakestraw on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Ella Rogers kicking it back up here to Grace Barr. And now moving it ahead to Rogers again. The Indy 11 keeping some good spacing still here in this midfield back and forth between Flint City and them.
And I think you're going to see Flint City get more and more compact, the back 5, the back 6, as we continue to attack. So it may be harder and harder, and so we'll have to find creative ways to break them down, break a line, go out wide a little bit more.
Along the far side, Soderstrom tries to find McCarthy. Instead, it gets into the possession of Soderstrom. Putting it forward, no one there to receive, and it will go out the back line for a goal kick.
That's not a bad look by Katie. She was hoping that Rachel McCarthy was going to run in behind. Just got their wires crossed a little bit, but not a bad ending result from a good build.
Already some good play tonight from both the McCarthy sisters, Rachel and Robin.
Robin's made several comments before. It's just super fun that they get to play together. You know, their age is such that they haven't always been on the same team. So that's been a super big treat for them this year.
Rachel McCarthy already with 2 goals to her credit this year off of 8 shots. Both of those coming against King's Hammer of FC. Back on May 6th.
That was the opening. She scored the opening 2 goals of the USL, the entire league. So it was an exciting night for her that night.
Through the middle portion. Karkarba. From Schroeder. Now back to Schroeder again. Soderstrom putting a lot of pressure. Long ball inside, onside there is Sabag, but Reason is there to corral it.
Those long arms can reach up there and grab that.
And we were talking off air, Margaret, about how Nona Reason, she's in a very big presence in goal, and it's hard to believe that she's going to be a freshman in college here next season.
Yeah, she's an elite athlete. She works really hard at her craft, and she's got just strong hands. She's able to catch the ball. You see her every once in a while here just kind of palm the ball before she sets it down. She's giving good feedback right here, good direction to her teammates. Everybody knows where they're supposed to be.
Of course, Nona Reason originally from California, but coming out here to Indiana to play soccer because of the tough restrictions during the coronavirus pandemic. Played a year at Noblesville before she'll now be going to the University of North Carolina to play some tough ACC competition out east here in the coming fall.
Yeah, super exciting for her. I mean, what a great career path she's on. She's a great person. She's a fun kid. They love hanging out with her. And she is definitely a competitor. There's a giveaway that's not in a great spot.
Sabag with the pressure inside the penalty area. Tries to cut it in, and it's well defended there by Nona Reason right there on the post.
Yep, she knew exactly where she was, what she could and couldn't do, what she needed to do, and fortunately for 11, it just went wide.
Another goal kick here for Nona Reason. Williams with a nice corral. Onside is Soderstrom, but coming way far out of the goal there is Shuck to wisely clear it back out.
Yep, well read by the goalkeeper.
Kayla Shuck coming into this game here for Flint City gave up 4 goals in 2 matches in 182 minutes in goals so far this season. She's committed to play at Aquinas in Michigan next season as a freshman. And here's the throw in from Flint City. Rogers handles the pressure. And here's Barr. Sending it far on the other side of the pitch to McCarthy.
That's a good ball to change the point of attack. Let's see if we can go up the other sideline with the sisters.
Here's Rachel McCarthy now. Tries to cross it inside, and Soderstrom is nearly there, but couldn't quite handle it. But here's Robin McCarthy with the cleanup again.
A little bit of movement here in the box, give Robin some options. She's got to get the ball off her foot, see if we can move it a little bit.
And she finds her sister again. Some good tag team action there between the McCarthy sisters. Here's a nice ball, trying to find Chester, but just a little bit out of her reach there as Krasula tried to send it inside.
Just kind of run out of real estate a little bit right there, but not a bad idea.
Greta Krasula from Australia, one of 4 international players on this Indy 11 roster, 3 of them active tonight.
Yeah, she's a little extracurricular there on the sideline.
That's Chatterton. And just a little bit far from Soderstrom on that free kick.
Not a bad idea to bypass the midfield on that every once in a while.
Karkarba looks it over to Lopez. Lopez is a name that we haven't really seen a whole lot of tonight. She's a prolific player playing at the University of Oakland University there in Detroit. Been playing mostly midfield, but has been able to show some offensive prowess for Flint City so far this season. Lopez, 7 goals and 21 appearances played so far here for Oakland. Here come the 11 again. Maddie Williams is left unattended.
Yeah, give her time and space on the ball. She's able to find that diagonal into Katie.
And just a little too far from the foot of Katie Soderstrom. And that's kind of a theme we're seeing as far as Soderstrom is concerned here tonight, Margaret, is the fact that they keep trying to feed it to her, but it's just a little bit out of her reach every time that they get it close.
Yeah, it was a bouncing ball. It's harder to deal with instead of putting it on the floor.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alpha Health and Wellness, the official team chiropractor of the Indy 11.
Those bouncing balls that come into Katie, though, maybe she might take a chance on a bicycle kick. We'll see if that happens in the box here in the second half, maybe.
She certainly plays like she's able to pull that off, because anytime you see her getting really tough down low when she has an opportunity. She knows how to take them.
She just finds herself in good spots and not afraid.
Nona Reason fends off the pressure there from Flint City. So 32 minutes gone, 3 goals to 0. Needless to say, if you're Coach Paul Dolinsky, you couldn't ask for a better start from your squad.
It's a great start. I think he will probably be critical in asking the players to concentrate on possession, getting in a little bit better spot before the ball is coming, so don't have to rely on this longer ball bypassing the midfield. I think he will want to have the midfielders with the ball at their feet just a little bit more.
Flint City has a little bit of organization here, but not enough numbers in the box to do anything with it. Here's a little bit of an opening for Indy. Maddie Williams again, some nifty footwork at the midfield, and decides to bail out of it.
Yeah, that's all right. That's keeping possession, start over, stretch them out, make them tired. I'm looking at the bench. They only have 2 subs, so it's going to be a long night for all those players out there.
It's a pretty long trek from Flint for this team. Just a straight shot down US 31.
Yeah, it's hard to travel anywhere, you know, jump out of the van and play.
Addie Chester getting physical, trying to push it forward inside to the penalty area. Nothing doing there.
And you saw the 4 of their defenders collapse right in that spot. So Indy 11 needs to be patient here and not force stuff into their blocks of players.
And you're seeing a little bit of that here over the last couple of minutes or so. Needless to say, that one right there by trying to find Maddie Williams.
Yeah, it's all right to just keep it and swing it. Move it again.
Chatterton and Barr going back and forth right there.
Every pass you make affects the defending team, and so now you're able to find a hole. I'd like to see Ella Rogers pick that ball up before Robin gets in trouble there.
McCarthy kind of going back and forth there with Abby Weatherman.
Coach is throwing his hands up, asking for a foul right there, too.
Of course, a tip of the cap to the officials here tonight. So far a clean match. No cards at the moment.
And they've done a good job of letting them play just a little bit, but calling the fouls, so make sure nobody gets hurt.
Knocking it on to the far side of the field. Put up and just into the penalty area. Nona Reason mishandles it. Here's an opening for Flint City, and it just goes wide.
Yeah, that bounced funny. I don't know. She looked like she had it covered, and then it changed direction, or she did. End result. Got away with one.
Either way, they weren't on the same page, but Nona Reason breathing a sigh of relief right there, as there was just a little bit of enough awkwardness in how that ball was moving that Flint City couldn't quite get a good shot on the ball.
Dodge that bullet. Now let's put one in the other end.
Elena Wood will regroup the offense here for Flint City. Wood sends it forward, trying to find Lopez.
It's a good defensive clearance by Robin McCarthy.
And now with some speed comes Flint City. This is Lopez again.
She took off running there. Those first couple of steps were pretty quick.
But couldn't quite get around the defender, and it goes out of play for a throw-in here for the 11. Long throw in to Chester. She tries to feed herself, but runs right in to the Flint City defender. But is immediately back up. Soderstrom again. Gets away from the pressure. Has some help from Williams. Clears it back out. Oh, and just mistiming it there is Ella Rogers. And it clears out of the penalty area.
It's a really good look by Katie Soderstrom. You saw her pick her head up. She was able to know exactly where she wanted that ball to go.
McCarthy. Back up to Krasula. And there's Grace Barr directing traffic as the player coach on this field at the moment for the 11.
They've got to be okay with this. Just keeping it here.
Just keeping in play there is McCarthy. Looking forward, gets into the possession of Flint City. And Shuck will clear it back out. Still feeling a lot of pressure though from McCarthy, and it's touched out of play by Indy. McCarthy there with the last touch. Throw in goes nowhere. Instead, back to Indy. Here again is Krasula. Barr feeds Chatterton.
Got a lot of room to run here.
Chatterton can't quite get around the tough defense of Izzy Karkarba, but a throw in coming from Indy. Jenna Chatterton, one of the more versatile players on this roster here for the Indy 11, has added a spark in the midfield and the front line. Of course, another one from Noblesville just up the road.
She had a great high school career, player of the year, two-time state champion, super dynamic. She can play up top, she can play in the midfield. Coach Zielinski likes her here coming out of the back on those runs that you've just seen. If we can spring her out there, then she will be dangerous running the flank.
Plays at the University of Tennessee in the SEC, where they won an SC East title in 2021.
Yeah, she had a good freshman year and heading back there in the fall.
Some good physical play there by Krasula. Sends it forward now to Williams. Williams with some openings. Nice organization by the 11. Soderstrom up top at the 18. Can she swing it around? Saved by Shuck. Loose ball and corralled by the Flint City goalkeeper.
It's great work by Maddie Williams picking out her target. Rachel played a quick 1-2 ball to Katie right away, and then Katie's faced with 4 defenders with them in there. It's not a bad run at all. She got a good look on goal.
Needless to say, some textbook ball movement right there by the 11.
There's another dangerous ball here.
Trying to work it up the goal line there is McCarthy. McCarthy sends it across into the penalty area. Here's Williams again.
Unmarked at the back post. We've seen this.
Williams puts it through the legs of the defender. Can she put it in again? Oh, just over the crossbar. Mind you, she literally put that right through the legs of the defender, fed herself onside, and nearly had a quad.
What a great look, right? That's just quality from her inside the box. Yeah.
She's having the game of her life right now.
That would have been impressive to have a 4th one before halftime.
This portion of the broadcast sponsored by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. So kind of coming back down here off of back-to-back good possessions here. The Indy 11 going to try and keep the pressure up through this last 5 minutes of the half.
And that's not a bad idea. Everything right now at this point in time is shoved over on that one side. The times that we've been able to play through the midfield and go out the other way, that's when we've had really good looks for the 11.
Kayla Shuck will have another goal kick.
Well defended.
And Chester, the first one to get a foot on it. Back the other way comes AFC as Worthman looks over to Leonard. Leonard tries to get it inside now to Worthman, and she has to kick it back outside.
Oh. 11 is pretty solid right here. Tight, compact, together. There's a little bit of a miss clear.
And there's Barr clearing it out briefly, and then again, back and forth we go as we have a couple volleys of the ball before it gets cleared out and out of play. And it'll be a throw in here for Flint City.
A little bit of fatigue at this point in the match. We need to settle down, put the ball on the floor, move it around.
And at this point, if you're up 3-0, obviously you have a really comfortable lead, but obviously there's no such thing as too much comfort when you're playing a competitive match such as this. But at this point, what are you working on? What are you doing here from a perspective of the 11 as far as just keeping this lead up right now through these last 3 minutes?
I mean, you know, the result is not necessarily in question. Coach Stolinsky is one who demands a high level of, I don't know if perfection is the right word, but he is always striving to have them be the best that they can be. There's times out here where this is not their best soccer. Couple of giveaways that are too easy. I think he's going to push them to be a little bit more sharp in the second half.
Shot on goal goes a little bit too high there for Flint City. That was Elena Wood with the big strike from just beyond the 18. And Nona Reason puts a really big boot into the goal kick. McCarthy tries to find Rogers again. Instead, it's stolen here by Ariana Jalix. And here's Kendra Zach. And pushing it back to Shuck again. So as we approach the final minute here of the opening half, here's Madison Williams left open again. Has a cross inside. No one there to receive it. Nearly an own goal, but it just goes over the crossbar and out of play as you see Kendra Zach kind of frustrated with herself right there on that touch.
It's another undefended ball that Maddie Williams got. No one is near her. She's able to pick up her head, look and exactly find her target and put it right in a really dangerous space. Probably have about 1 minute here, maybe a couple added.
Let's cue up Central Indiana Honda dealers real quick. All good. Yep. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. Here's the corner kick. Off of the header, nothing there. And Chester was probably the best suited one to try and get in there, but couldn't quite have enough space to get inside, and it's well cleared out by Flint City.
That's a real dangerous ball by Katie, served in there. The goalkeeper struggled with it just a little bit. Too bad nobody was on the back post to finish that.
So here we are with 1 extra minute of stoppage time here at the end of half number 1. And usually when you have minimal amounts of stoppage time, it's been a pretty fluid game to say the least.
Yeah, they don't have much stoppage for we're in a ton of fouls, no cards. You see Katie getting dragged down there. It's a dangerous spot for a free kick.
So now you'll see Flint City build their wall as you see most of the strategy here for this particular game, and it'll be a matter of who's going to take this shot. You see Williams, you see
it's Grace
looks
Barr.
like Grace Barr as well.
It's a shot that Grace would like on her left as part of the discussion, but also you kind of feed the hot hand here in Maddie Williams.
So the ball's teed up, 2 players. Who's going to take it? It's Maddie Williams. No. Grace Barr shot inside. Save by Shuck.
She likes that left foot from right there. That's her range. That's a good one to put right on goal.
And with that, that takes us to the end of half number 1. So after 45 minutes and some change, 3 goals, all from the foot of Maddie Williams, give the Indy 11 a 3-0 lead going into halftime. We'll take this quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. Halftime coming up next here on the ISC Sports Network at 11 Sports.
Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. That means you get more miles per gallon with Honda. Save at the pump with up to 40 mpgs for Honda cars and SUVs. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Everybody has different needs and different abilities to seek care, and we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the patient in the way they want to seek care. Certainly, I feel that COVID has changed the way we deliver healthcare. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Patients have responded to the virtual options. Many find it such a positive experience and they want it to continue. And that's what we're really committed to doing here, is creating a simple option, the option that suits the patient.
Stand by me.
In 7 years, you can meet, get married, have kids, get a dog, and still be covered in your Honda certified vehicle. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus factory-trained technicians and Honda genuine parts. Search a local Honda dealer today.
Halftime here at Grand Park as the Indy 11 women have a 3-0 lead on Flint City AFC here in USL W League action on 11 Sports and the ISC Sports Network. Alongside Margaret McLaughlin, I'm Kurt Darling. Well, Margaret, needless to say, it's been the Maddie Williams show, to say the least, but still, she had to have a supporting cast to get those 3 goals and that hat trick. What is the biggest thing that you've been seeing that the Indy 11 have done so well in this first half?
I think they've done a really good job of finding each other in the final third, right? Those balls that got delivered into Maddie to allow her to step on it, find her place in the goal. I mean, that was great placement by her. She looked up, she considered. It wasn't just a hope and a prayer. Those are actually 3 really elite goals.
And obviously still a lot of good offense here, but Flint City has had a few chances themselves as well. Needless to say, a good first game here for Nona Reason to really get her feet wet at goal in this particular environment.
For sure, and you saw her make a couple of saves that were easy. She's directed traffic back there. She's given out really good distribution with the ball. So she's kind of settled in a little bit. And
settling in as well is Addie Chester, who is getting her first start tonight. Hasn't seen a whole lot of ability to get really open, to get some good shots, but she has had some good touches to really set some things up on the offensive end, especially since this being her first game.
For sure, she's really dynamic. You can tell that she's dangerous. You can tell she likes to run. I think he's going to ask her to sit a little bit in the triangle with the 3 of them in the midfield, and so I think they will open up more space if they get their shape in there a little bit more in a triangle.
And so if you're head coach Paul Dolinsky right now in the locker room, you're certainly pleased with this start, but is there anything that the 11 can possibly improve on here to make sure that they can seal this thing out, even though they have a pretty comfortable lead?
For sure, and I think he's going to continue to press on them the importance of the quality of the product. Yes, we're winning. Yes, we're going to win this game. Yes, all of those things, but he's looking at, what happens when we play Racing Louisville? What happens when we play in the playoffs, right? And he's talking about the quality of their performance. There's some room for improvement there tonight, and I think he's going to get on them just a little bit to have a higher standard of play.
The international play is certainly well represented. You see all the flags of all the 4 nations that are represented on this Indy 11 squad. They have been doing an excellent job so far in this one as they take a 3-0 lead here in halftime. We'll take another quick timeout. When we come back, we will be talking with Christina Lynch, who had a big goal last week to give Indy 11 the win over Midwest United FC. That and more coming up next here on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports.
Place your soccer bets at Bet Rivers Sportsbook, your new home for soccer betting. The most soccer betting options on the sport you love. We offer live in-game betting on major soccer matches worldwide. We have tons of bets available during game, from money lines, goal spreads, player goals, half bets, and many more. Bet Rivers is proud to be the official sports betting partner of the Indy 11, Indiana's team. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your bets at betrivers.com.
So many people were out of work from COVID, not being able to pay their utility bills, not being able to pay their rent, and that's why our job is so important.
And what we've committed to is working with our partners around food pantries, around making sure that people get connected to what they need.
Our job is more than just giving people resources, it's be that hand to help them when they're feeling down.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/simplydelivered. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Welcome back to Grand Park here on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports. I'm Kurt Darling, now joined by Christina Lynch. As Christina Lynch, you might know, she had a big goal against Midwest United FC last week to give the 11 a big hard-fought win and to keep themselves undefeated. Of course, you have that draw to your record as well, but needless to say, a big goal for you. First off, how did it feel to get that goal last week?
It felt really good. We definitely needed one. It was getting to the end of the half, and someone just needed to put it in the back of the net, and the ball just happened to bounce where I was, and I was glad I could put it in.
So talk about the setup of that play. Obviously, you guys seem to have a lot of really good cohesiveness to really communicate to get yourselves in good positions like that.
Yeah, for sure. We pride ourselves on our press. Everyone was marked up really well, and yeah, they had nowhere to go, and the ball just kind of bounced off of one of their players and just kind of landed in front of me, and there's a huge amount of space.
Talk about how you came to be here on this team. It's really, really cool to see how, you know, getting the women's side of professional sports going here in the Indianapolis area, here in the USL W League. Talk about your experience with this team so far.
Yeah, so I think it was back in November, Coach Pauly reached out to me and told me that he was trying to bring some of my old teammates together and create a really special team. He has a vision for this to eventually maybe even go into the NWSL or some sort of league like that, and I knew I really wanted to get in on it, especially at the beginning like it is now. The players that he brought in, all so incredible. So just to play alongside them has been so much fun, and I've learned so much. So it's been great, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here.
You're on the sidelines tonight. We'll get to why here in just a little bit. But what has been like watching Maddie Williams go off? She gets the first hat trick in team history here tonight.
Wow, it's been so incredible. We were all going nuts over there on the sideline. But yeah, it just seems so effortless for her. She just is so good at finding the back of the net, and she just has so much experience. And she's one of these players on the team that we can all look up to and learn so much from. So it's been so awesome to see that today.
So obviously you're not playing tonight. Obviously had a little bit of a bout of food poisoning, I guess, is the line coming from the team. So just talk about, so how are you feeling now, and do you think you'll be good for the next match here a little bit?
Yeah, I feel a lot better today. I have a new fear of sandwiches, so trying to get over that slowly. But yeah, feeling a lot better and should be good for the next game.
As you said, what Maddie Williams is eating, right?
Yes, exactly. Whatever she had today, I'm going to have before the next game.
Christina Lynch, thank you so much for joining us here at halftime. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much for having me.
More coming up here from Grand Park on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports.
Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. That means you get more miles per gallon with Honda. Save at the pump with up to 40 mpgs for Honda cars and SUVs. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Everybody has different needs and different abilities to seek care, and we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the patient in the way they want to seek care. Certainly, I feel that COVID has changed the way we deliver healthcare. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Patients have responded to the virtual options. Many find it such a positive experience, and they want it to continue. And that's what we're really committed to doing here, is creating a simple option, the option that suits the patient.
Stand by me.
In 7 years, you can meet, get married, have kids, get a dog, and still be covered in your Honda certified vehicle. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus factory-trained technicians and Honda genuine parts. Search a local Honda dealer today.
Heck of a logo right there hanging above the training grounds here at Grand Park as the Indy 11 women have a 3-0 lead over Flint City AFC here in USL W League play. Once again, alongside Margaret McLaughlin, I'm Kurt Darling. And Margaret, I'm curious because you have such a presence here at the Grand Park facility because you coach with the Indiana Fire and a whole bunch of other club-related teams as well. What's it like to see a lot of these players who are on this team now that you have coached up through the ranks, including your own daughter Molly, to get in here on this team?
It's really exciting, and you're looking here at a bunch of the ball girls. Those guys are on the U13 team coming out tonight, 13s and 14s, and this is what they want to be doing in several years from now. So I think it's exciting that they're now coming here and they're able to watch somebody who's not that far away from where they want to be. And I think it's also a great thing that the kids are bringing the parents. It's not the parents bringing the kids to a night like tonight.
And with that in mind, you know, we talked about this with Coach Paul Dolinsky at practice on Thursday as well. But, you know, in my experience calling high school soccer throughout the area as well, it just seems to me like there is no better club atmosphere when it comes to the sport of soccer than right here in Central Indiana.
There's a lot of kids playing a lot of good soccer, and it's been good quality. We've had good results. We just had the state championships here at Grand Park last weekend for boys and girls, with the President's Cup as well. So you're picking up this time of the year a lot of champions.
A lot of champions indeed. Trying to work towards a championship are the Indy 11 as they get through into the second half of the season now. This will be the second meeting between they and Flint City. Their next game will be against Kingshammer FC on June 14th on the road before they come back here against Racing Louisville FC, who is right there with them at the top of the Great Lakes Division standings. And so with that in mind, with this team just kind of moving along right here, how much are they thinking about the postseason right now, if at all?
I don't know if they're really focused on the postseason. I think they're just working on day by day, a step in the right direction every single time that they come out here. So I think that's the focus. Can you take care of business tonight? And then we'll do it again on Tuesday on the road at Kingshammer.
There you see Coach Paul Dolinsky talking with one of the officials here tonight. Of course, Coach Dolinsky, he has quite the pedigree of coaching. In fact, when we were at practice on Thursday, you were talking about how he was coaching one group, then another group, and then the 11. So he literally put in probably a full 8-hour day of coaching here at Grand Park, all while keeping this team as competitive as it is.
After a full day of camp as well. So he is a soccer junkie. He's got a brilliant soccer mind. You can look here, Ella Rogers asking him some questions about where she's supposed to be. He's giving her good information, telling her how she can help most in the midfield there.
Paul Dolinsky had a 10-1 record with the Lady Victory FC last season. He's from Carmel, played pro in Europe for 5 years before coming back here to the States. And he says that he took the gig to coach this team specifically out of necessity for the fact that he says that the Indianapolis area needs a professional women's soccer franchise. And needless to say, with a 4-0-1 record, it looks like this team is well on this way to possibly making that happen.
Well, and you look at not only the quality of players and the organization, the coaching staff, look at the facilities. There's nothing better than Grand Park here. And look at the environment, right? I don't know anybody else that's selling out to, you know, all of these crazy people in the stands with flags and drums and all of that stuff. So it's a great quality product that Indy 11 can put on.
So far, these home games, this will be the third home game of the season here before they come back on June 17th against Racing Louisville. But this is a team that has really been averaging, now the official line is about 1,500 a night here inside of Grand Park. But quite honestly, Margaret, it feels like it's a lot more than that every night.
It does, and it's rocking, right? The players have a hard time hearing each other on the field with the Brickyard Battalion going crazy all of the time. They're able to, have to fight to give instructions over there, so that's good. And then when you score goals, people get excited and they keep coming back. So it's been a great environment.
So Margaret, now that we've gotten through all the halftime and all the coaching that you can possibly get from both of these sidelines, what's the thing that the 11 need to be focused on here through these first 5 minutes of this second half?
I think it's playing sharp and playing quick, right? I mean, can their quality be very, very high? I think that's what he has pressed them to do. I think that's a really great goal for them for this half. It doesn't look like there's any changes here to this starting group
as far as the 11 is concerned, but we do see Kayla Rollins going to be checking in to the lineup for Flint City AFC as Karkarba will be taking a seat. One of the only two subs that Flint City has available here this evening. So Flint City has the opening kick to start the second half. We're underway in this match so far that has gone all Indy 11's way. Off of the foot of Maddie Williams. And of course, we flip sides of the field. Goalkeepers defending the opposite goals from they had in the first half. In this portion of the broadcast, sponsored by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. And again, just getting a little bit of their feet wet here going into the second half, as it'll be another throw in from Jenna Chatterton.
Yeah, they got to settle down, get a hold of the ball, get out of this big pack of players.
And as far as I'm seeing here, Margaret, no lineup changes, as you said, here for the Indy 11. So Paul Dolinsky pretty confident in keeping the platoon that he has out on field at the moment.
It's good. I think he wants them to start the second half, see how much they can each go before he makes any substitutions.
Meanwhile, the coaching staff of Flint City looks like they've moved Abby Worthman up front here on the front line to try and generate some offense, as you see a kick go out the back goal line there from Sammy Lopez.
That'll be a corner again.
So far, most of the corner kicks being taken by Flint City so far this match. Coming inside, put up in the penalty area, loose ball, and diving for his reason.
See that athletic burst right there to grab that rebound.
And it just goes to show you the raw athleticism that the Tar Heels are going to be getting in her next year.
See some of those balls just kind of rolling out of bounds right there. I'm sure coach is looking to see if they can't just keep that, and not necessarily just that one, but all of these after they win possession, can they keep it for a little bit longer? It's a good step by Julia. Makes one pass. Can we make another one then?
McCarthy feeds it with Ella Rogers, and now here comes Chatterton. Rather, that's Soderstrom. Soderstrom gets around the defender. There's a little bit of jersey grabbing there, but the official lets them play, and Soderstrom's shot on goal just goes a little high.
Little burst of speed. The defender was able to get back in, pressure that actual shot, so forced her to go a little bit high, but Katie did a good job to get around the corner.
Awaiting the goal kick from Shuck. And the line drive gets headed right back into play by Ella Rogers. Through traffic, Elena Wood gets it across midfield. Chester breaks it up momentarily, and it's just enough to get it into the feet of, looks like Rogers.
Yep.
And we have a free kick.
Quick restart by the 11, trying to see if you can catch him off guard. That's Ella Rogers getting in a good pocket, allows her to play that ball into Addie Chester, and then out the other side. That's, I think, what he probably talked about with them at halftime.
Some organization here as Chatterton brings it up the far sideline. Cutting it back. Chatterton with some nifty handling there of the ball, but a little bit too close for comfort there from the defender, and it goes out of play. A throw in for Flint City.
Just ran out of room over there dancing on the sideline.
But the throw in easily taken right back here by the 11.
This is good. Change the field, go out the other side.
McCarthy sending it forward now to Soderstrom. Here's Chester, can't quite keep it. A little strong on the serve there from Soderstrom. Once again, Indy is able to organize back on the defensive line.
And I'd love to see Robin McCarthy even use that width a little bit more. There's 10 yards further of space over here. She could unlock something else if she's able to get in a little bit wider.
And we have a whistle. Looks like a foul away from the ball. It's going to be a free kick here for Flint City. Here's Ariana Jalix. Shot inside, and a nice save. Was going to go wide, but still good hands by Nora Reason.
Nona just putting on a show there a little bit. She hasn't had much action, so she decided she wanted to dive for that one.
This is Nona's first start here tonight of the season, and so far doing an impeccable job in goal.
Keeping a clean sheet there. See, again, it's coming to the wide back, but it's not wide enough. It's allowing Flint to have a little bit more ability to close down. Now it's wider. Find some holes.
Soderstrom taking advantage of the room that Flint's giving them. Knocked forward by Leonard. And back and forth between the front line. Soderstrom puts it inside and looked like McCarthy was almost offside there. Williams lobs it inside. No one there to corral it. And it's going to be taken up by Elena Wood. Still feeling the pressure of Chester, though. And Wood has to put it right through the legs of the official. And now here comes Indy again. McCarthy, nice inside to Soderstrom, just a little wide. She keeps it in play, and an easy grab there by Shuck.
Again, good movement in the final third right there. A little bit of, you know, a couple of quick passes in there together, see if they can unlock something.
Julia Leonard now has Barr, and long pass over to Chatterton.
Now she has acres of space. She's on the touchline. She's able to pick it up, and she can run.
With a full head of steam, Chatterton just gets a foot inside there from the defender, and Indy has to regroup. But only quickly, though, as McCarthy sends it to the top of the 18. Ella Rogers on the rebound.
She can hit from there. Things close down pretty easily.
McCarthy, shot on goal, just off the right side of the post.
It's another good build, but it comes from that width and playing the ball wide to get Chatterton running in there, and then some things have opened up for him.
So Rachel McCarthy trying to become the first player not named Maddie Williams to score a goal in this one. If you're just joining us, Maddie Williams with 3 of the goals scored for Indy 11 in the first half, and they all came in the first 22 minutes of the game to give the team their first hat trick in their young history.
Yep, she did a great job finding spaces. They were not marking her on the back post. She was able to pick out where she wanted to go. She finished all 3 of those.
Williams knocked on by Soderstrom. Williams gets it back again, and it's going to be put out of play, and Soderstrom will throw it in rather quickly. McCarthy gets it back towards midfield. Waits a little bit too long there, and Flint City takes advantage as you see Allie Leonard come away with the steal briefly. McCarthy again. Sending it up top. Here's Chester. Just trips up trying to get that opening there, and it opens the door for Shuck to corral it.
It's a good look and a good run in behind by Addie Chester.
And Chester has certainly found a lot of openings tonight. Just the timing has not been right there. And if there's one thing that I've learned in my limited experience calling soccer here, Margaret, is the fact that with soccer, sometimes timing is literally everything when you're getting opportunities.
Timing is everything, and I think that, you know, she's only been in to training a couple of nights. I mean, certainly not 2 and 3 years, right? I mean, so we're still integrating her back into being with the group, and so sometimes one will zig and the other one will zag, but you can tell that she can play for sure.
There you see Soderstrom with another tough shot on goal, just a little bit high and into the back net. As Flint City still feeling the pressure of this tenacious Indy 11 offense.
Yeah, they can't seem to get out. 11 has a ton of pressure on them. They're not able to build or keep it.
McCarthy comes away with another steal. Here's Soderstrom, splits the defenders, finds Chester, and it's cleared out again by the back line of Flint City.
That's really good stuff, just looking forward, right, and attacking relentlessly.
Long ball fed inside and out of play. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Community Health Network. Exceptional care simply delivered. Flint City trying to organize the offense here. They have a little bit of momentum. On the long run, shot on goal, saved by Nona Reason. And Allie Leonard there pulling the trigger for Flint City.
Yeah, she did a really good job of staying wide, picking up that ball and coming inside and getting a shot off.
Chatterton sends it on. Here's Maddie Williams. She's onside along the far sideline. Crossing it inside. Too many defenders there to try and find. Looked like either Soderstrom or maybe McCarthy. That was McCarthy trying to get it in.
Yeah, Flint City did a great job of getting back in.
Flip, shot, and just over the top bar again by Soderstrom.
Had a lot of time and space with that one. It's a good strike.
So Soderstrom leads the team in shots coming into this game. She had 14 on the year. Needless to say, that total is going to go up drastically based off of how many opportunities she's had here tonight.
And you get the sense that this is coming, right? We've had a couple of chances here, a couple of good quality looks. Flint's done all they could to get it out, keep it out of the net, and so far this half.
This portion of the broadcast sponsored by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. Krasula looks forward to Williams, who opts to put it back into the defense. Krasula again.
That's a good little sequence right there. Nobody panicked. Everybody just...
Chatterton back and forth between she and Williams. And once again, resetting the offense here, getting it back.
Now there's a ton of space.
Long ball forward to McCarthy, and we have a foul, and they're going to get McCarthy for a slight shove there on the ball. Free kick for Flint City.
And she's given Julia some information, said just keep coming, and then she can spin off and Julie can play it longer. But that's good communication, you know, by pre-professional athletes, giving good feedback to their teammates.
Well defended by the defensive back line of the 11. And the ball sails against the back wall. And a goal kick here for Nona Reason. So approaching the 15-minute mark here of this second half. So far, the 11 have just been maintaining an even strain as they keep this 3-0 lead, which they accrued early on in this one.
It looks like there's a couple of players warming up down in the corner, so we may see a change. 10 or 15 minutes.
Looks like Becky Dean might be getting a little bit of time here. And we'll check the subs here as they come, as we see a couple Indy 11 players at the bench here. So we'll probably see a substitution here in a matter of moments for the Indy 11. Chatterton with a full head of steam up the far sideline and out of play. Rogers cuts it back. Chatterton again. And the Indy 11 still just content to just move the ball around here and kill some time as they try to get everything set up the way that they best can going forward. Grazula back to Leonard.
Yeah, this is good quality. That's what I'm sure they talked about at halftime. And you don't even mind that ball because it had a purpose, right? It didn't get to where she wanted it to go, but the play around the back, in through the midfield and out the other side, that's a great idea.
Rogers was trying to find Williams there on the fast break, but just a little bit off target. Meanwhile, Nona Reason feeling a little pressure, but gets her hands on the ball. "60 minutes concluded in this one.
There we go. Ella's wide open there in the middle, able to find that hole. We're out the other side.
Williams left unattended briefly again, one-on-one. Fires inside, shot, and a bobble, but a save nonetheless for Schuck.
Katie Stotterstrom right there, ready to pounce. It's another good look by Maddie Williams, and it came from this side, going through the midfield into Ella Rogers. A perfect ball in from Ella into Maddie, and a good look on goal.
Follow the ball for the rebound. Certainly a dangerous spot to be in, with Katie Soderstrom breathing right down your neck if you're a goalkeeper. Back the other way comes Flint City. Sabag.
She's got some wheels.
And is unable to keep it in play, and a goal kick. And so with that, we see the first substitution of the game here for Indy 11, and it's going to be Katie Soderstrom taking a breather. She has had some excellent play here today. Meanwhile, we'll have Becky Dean coming in, and also Addie Chester. No, Addie Chester's staying in the ball game here.
This is Milica.
And so it's going to be Milica Bulatovic getting her first action here in this ball game. Of course, she has 2 goals on the season. Scored her first goal as a sub back against Flint City earlier this year.
And she'll play in that 9, that dangerous spot up. She'll go against the other 2 center backs, see if you can bring some fresh legs in and maybe get in behind a couple of times, and she can strike the ball.
Bulatovic, one of 2 Serbian players on this roster for the Indy 11. The other is Dora Gajabranski, who is a late addition to this team out of VCU, playing in the A10. Meanwhile, Bulatovic also we're going to be playing at VCU here in the fall.
It's a good connection, and a pair of kids who knows each other, good teammates, and they've assembled well into this group.
Bulatovic also playing some JUCO ball before transferring to VCU. Meanwhile, a nice shot and a nice feed inside to McCarthy, and McCarthy was trying to feed it over to Dean. But the defensive back line of Flint City was well privy to what they were trying to do. And now a whistle away from the ball. And a free kick coming up here for Flint City.
Yeah, Robin McCarthy just cheating a little bit. Caught offside.
So the free kick here from AFC. So a substitution now from Flint City as the stoppage of play, and we keep rolling. Julia Leonard.
There's the wide ball again.
Chatterton has to close in hurry on that one. She has a breakaway, showing her afterburners inside and leading a little bit too long there for Bulatovic. And the loose ball taken here by Bulatovic, though, and she finds Dean.
A little too unselfish by Jenna Chatterton. Would have loved to see her pull the trigger on that one.
She had a full head of steam going right up there to the 18. McCarthy back to Rogers. A little bit of space. Has some help here from Bulatovic. And a lot of pressure being felt there by Bulatovic from Lopez. Grazula feeds it up again to Dean. And here's Chester, no foul. Nope, there's the whistle, a late one. But Addie Chester putting a little bit too much of a shove there on the defender. A free kick for Flint City.
That was worth a try, right?
As the old adage goes, it's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission, right?
Gives them a chance to catch their breath here, get organized on both sides.
Knocked inside. Handling now is Sabag. And there's the steal by the 11. Full head of steam. Onside is McCarthy. Nope, they're going to say she was offside. Late on the flag, but just a little bit too far forward from the defense to keep that attack rolling.
Yeah, they did a good job to step, force her to be in that position, and she just got a little overzealous. It's a good run, though. It's the right angles and not a bad ball coming out of the midfield.
This portion of the broadcast sponsored by Alpha Health and Wellness, the official team chiropractor of the Indy 11. Another throw in here for Flint City. So Kayla Rollins, who started this second half. After sitting the first half, Kayla Rollins from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. 2 goals last season up there for them. Here's Grace Barr. Handling the pressure with ease, and Nona Reason will shove it right up the field and out of play off of the Flint City defender.
Love to see Nona go out the other way, right? It's a little bit tight over there. All of the Flint City players are on that half of the vertical half of the field. There's a ton of room over here with Robin McCarthy, Rachel McCarthy. Even if they could swing it and change the point of attack, would open up a whole lot of stuff.
Grazula looks it forward to Dean. Becky Dean, from Cincinnati, plays at Butler. She's a junior there. 5 goals for the Dogs last season and overall in 39 matches played in her career. Also had a stellar career from the powerhouse Mount Notre Dame there in Cincinnati. Coming back the other way this time is Kendra Zack. And she pushes it ahead with nobody there to receive it, and Nona Reason will reset the offensive effort here for the 11.
It's a great touch by Chatterton. Bring that ball down, calm and composed. Good pressure by Flint right here, not allowing 11 to get out.
And McCarthy puts it right off the back of the head of the Flint City defender. And that was Lexi Smith. McCarthy, a little pressure, gets it forward to her sister. And she just keeps it in play. Can she find a cross inside? She brings it in. There's Chester. And a lot of traffic off the rebound. Belatovic, and it's just deflected out of play by the back line of Flint City. Give the credit right there. Looked like that was Anna Schroeder who got in on that one.
That was well defended for sure. We're able to clear that danger. That was a wicked turn by Millie.
So a corner kick here for the 11. Becky Dean will do the honors. Three players in the box. Instead, Dean is opting to keep it on the ground as they meander it inside. And the 11 quickly lose control of it, but Chatterton's there for the corral and will reset.
Yep, took 2 passes, but it got out here, out wide, and then there's way more space over here.
McCarthy, a long feed inside to Belatovic, but there's Chester wide open and scores her second field goal of the night.
She's waiting there at the back post, looking to see if she can find one.
Chester having a plentiful bounty of chances here tonight to get a goal, her first of her pre-professional career. Right there within her grasp, just can't quite get the right foot on it.
And she's moved from the midfield up top, so she's going to get a couple of more chances here. See if they can continue to serve those long diagonal balls to get her in behind.
Working it along the back line. That's Zoe Hudson. Quickly turned back over. And McCarthy takes it again, but no brainer on the offside call right there. Stops that attack in its tracks.
Again, I think that's one of the things that we talked about at halftime, them being sharp, right? That's the second time here, the same straight run that she's made, as opposed to bending away or being a little bit deeper to start, and having just a little bit of patience. I know goal scorers like to score goals, but a little bit of patience and that quality just right there.
The 11 bringing it back upfield again. Chatterton feeds herself a little bit too much, but Becky Dean is there to bail her out. And Chatterton will take it again and bring it back.
A good switch by Nona.
Bulatovic feeds it up top now to Rogers. Rogers nearly trips over the ball there, but keeps it in play. And now Becky Dean with a little bit of space.
That's good shape in the midfield. They're able to keep possession there.
Has some help from Chester. Chester tries to get it around the defender, crosses it inside. Loose ball in the penalty area. And the Flint City back line, Ariana Jalix, will clear it out.
That's good quality by Flint to defend right there.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Indy 11 app, where you can take the Indy 11 with you wherever you go. Download the Indy 11 app in the Apple Store or get it on Google Play.
So that's Dora coming in now for Ella Rogers.
And so now we see her full name, Isadora Grebshabensky. Of course, goes by Dora. Again, an A10 player from VCU. Will be a sophomore this coming season, a teammate of Milica Bulatovic. And one thing about her is that she has played on every Serbian national team level that you can possibly have up to this point with her age. She's played on U16, U18, U20, you name it. She has been a part of that national team, so she adds a lot of talent out of the Eastern Bloc here for this team. Also, you see Selena Barnett coming into the ball game as well. And if there's one thing that she brings to the table here, Margaret, it's speed.
She likes room to run. He's got her playing outside back right now, and I'm sure he told her, stay wide, we will find you, and then you can work your magic.
So you have Gajabransky up top now, along with Bulatovic. McCarthy feeds it to Dean. And nothing doing there as Shuck will corral it. So Gajabransky playing one of the mid positions now with Bulatovic up top at the center, along with Chester and McCarthy, the three attackers. Another throw in here from the 11.
She's in here too.
And also another sub in is going to be Emily McCalligan on that last dead ball. McCalligan seen limited time so far here this season, a sophomore from Providence. Played in 20 games for the Friars in 2021. Here's Gajabransky. Finds Barnett, has a little bit of a head of steam, feeding it to McCarthy. This time she's onside. But Barnett will take it back, misses on the kick there, somehow comes away with it, fires, and is just a little off the mark. But the right idea nonetheless.
Right idea. A little bit different for her. She usually plays up top or in the midfield, so coming out of the back, she doesn't usually have somebody in front of her to have to deal with, so it'll be interesting to see how she adapts right here.
So once again, the Indy 11 up 3-0 here with 75 minutes away out of 90 minutes in this match. All 3 of the goals coming from the foot of Maddie Williams, who has since taken a seat, but nonetheless getting the team's first hat trick in team history here tonight. And she did it in 22 minutes, working quickly and efficiently, to say the least.
I was going to say, it feels like a long time since we've had a goal here for the 11, so maybe now is a good time to put one more on the board.
Well, and as I mentioned, efficiency here, Margaret, one thing that we talked about yesterday at practice is the fact that the Indy 11 actually lead the division in efficiency on shots on goal that yield goals themselves. They work very efficiently when they're shooting the ball. More times than not, they're actually scoring goals.
Yeah, not a whole lot of errant chances. A good quality buildup that leads to a good quality shot, and that's one of the hallmarks kind of this team.
The Indy 11 this week, number 5 in this week's USL W League Power Rankings. Of course, the top team out of the Great Lakes division, and they were leapfrogged though by Greenville Liberty SC out of the South Atlantic, out of the many teams that they have in the USL W League. So the Indy 11 gaining a lot of respect, not just in the Great Lakes division, but throughout the entire league overall.
They put a good product together, remain unbeaten. And that's always a good thing that draws attention to your squad.
Here's an opportunity now for the 11 again. Bolatovic off of the cross, just a little out of the reach, but well defended there in spite of the fact that the goalkeeper, Shuck, got drawn out. And Flint City dodges a bullet there.
Great work by Rachel McCarthy to get into that dangerous spot. She picked her head up and sliced that ball across. She's saying, you guys got to get there next time.
Timing not quite there, but a good opportunity nonetheless.
And she's still running late in the 78th minute.
It's one thing I always tend to point out as well whenever I'm calling a soccer match here, Margaret, is the fact that these players, when they're on the soccer pitch, they run not just maybe feet, they run many miles during a soccer match on average.
You're averaging about 5 or 6, depending on where you play on the field, but it is a lot of running, and we've seen a lot from Rachel McCarthy for sure for tonight.
Jalix tries to push it up midfield, but the midfield play for the 11 tonight has just been outstanding, to say the least, breaking up a lot of these big opportunities that Flint City has tried to take advantage of.
They've done a really good job defensively of not allowing Flint to run through them or get any quality chances with their front line. It's another good step. That's good by Becky to win it, keep it, play it back, start again.
So Krasula will shuffle it back again to Reason. Barnett. Back again to Krasula.
There's that change in the point of attack we've been talking about. There's a ton of space over there. Dribbling inside allows that pass to go wide.
Here's Chester again at the 18, has a little bit of room and tries to dump it inside, but nobody there. Certainly nifty ball movement right there by the young player.
Good unselfish play. just weren't all on the same page right there.
Chester still looking for that elusive first goal of her pre-professional career. We talked about how she had 201 career goals in her high school days. In one particular season alone, which was her senior year at Delta, she scored 59 goals in a single season, which is an Indiana state record.
That's at least 3 a game, right? I mean, you're looking at 18 to 20 games, so that's 3 to 4 in any given game, which is an outstanding, clip that she's on to do that. You also get the sense here that it's going to come for her sooner than later.
Just out of the reach of McCarthy. And bounces easily into the possession of the back line here of Flint City. So this is the first of 2 road games in a row here for Flint City. They next have AFC Ann Arbor, which will be back up close to the friendly confines of their home stadium in Flint.
And not so far of a drive.
Definitely. But a lot of these players on the Flint City roster play at the University of Michigan, so be good for them to get back to some somewhat familiar territory, albeit they'll be the visiting team that time around.
It's good pressure right there by Selena Barnett. She's able to push them back, ends up with a little bit of a foul there. But still, she made a mistake here in the back, and she was the first one on defending to win it back.
Selena Barnett, one of the few players of NAIA caliber on this roster. McCarthy's onside. She goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And it looks like her foot clipped the head there of Kayla Shuck. She is down.
You hate to see that kind of a collision here.
And just kind of a bang-bang play. And it looks like she's okay. But needless to say, sometimes in this game you get a few shiners, to say the least.
Especially being a goalkeeper.
So this will be a free kick for Flint City.
Referee said, I'm just going to hand it right to you, put it in your hands, and you can do what you want.
So she can set it, drop kick it, do whatever she pleases, and she will roll it a little bit and send it on its way. Working the 82nd minute now.
It's good ball movement by Indy 11. Flint City's content to not chase too much, just kind of hunker down a little bit together, see if they can break it up.
Here's McCalligot to quickly throw it in. And bounces off one of the volunteers there along the sideline.
You had no idea that was coming.
Sometimes you got to keep your eyes on the field even if you're not on the pitch itself.
Head on a swivel, they say.
So dead ball here, and it appears to be a throw-in for Flint City. Flint City might be looking to make a substitution here. Well, coaching staff of Flint City not happy about something.
Little confusion as to what the restart would be here.
And so it will be a throw-in near midfield here for Flint City. So playing a little tightrope ball here along the far sideline. So the Indy 11 finally give themselves a little bit of room. Here's Leonard. Bulatovic heading it back and forth. McCarthy comes away with it among 3 defenders here for Flint City. And she just taps it inside. And Shuck is there. Shuck telling her team to calm down here a little bit.
It's another good look, another good build from the 11. Able to find the feet of Rachel, see if she can't get turned. She was under pressure, though. They did a good job defending her.
Lopez working the midfield now. And bounced right off the head there of McCalligan. And she'll handle it back up to Barr. Krasula. And now Leonard as the 11.
It's great ball movement right there.
Just trying to do a little bit of keep away here to try and shake off some clock. Tonight's broadcast sponsored by Alpha Health and Wellness, the official team chiropractor of the Indy 11. This portion of the match right now entering the 85th minute. And this portion of the match also brought to you by Central Indiana Honda Dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
They're showing good patience right now, just moving the ball, trying to find those angles.
Here's Barnett. Crosses inside to McCarthy.
Rachel's still the target tonight.
Feeling the pressure. Here's McCalligan. Feeds it to Chester. Chester crosses. Leonard there with the defense. She gets the rebound though, does Chester. Sent in by McCalligan. And an easy save for Shuck. Trying to feed Bulatovic there as she was feeling the pressure inside. Long ball by Shuck. Barnett up to Bulatovic. Nice ball movement between the players here. Barnett goes along the near sideline. Barnett tries to cross it, has an opportunity again. Bulatovic inside to Gajabransky, and just a little too far there. Looked like Gajabransky kind of got caught sitting and waiting there a little bit.
I'd love to see him shoot, right? A little bit too much unselfishness. No, I'll set you up. No, I'll set you up. That would be nice if someone just finished it in there. This, I think, is the stuff that was a little bit lacking in the first half, and I know, Flint City's not putting the pressure on that they had early on, but this ball movement, the creativity.
Barnett heads it inside, or puts it inside off of the head of Bulatovic and over the crossbar and out of play.
Just feeding each other, looking at each other, diagonals. She gives her a thumbs up right there. That's a good ball in by Selena, right to where Millie wanted it, and was dangerous.
So if things hold true here over the last minute and some change plus stoppage time, any that we have left, the Indy 11 looking to move to 5-0 and of sole possession of first place of the Great Lakes Division.
It's a good place to be at this point in the season. I think they're going to be really comfortable with that. They can't forget about King's Hammer on Tuesday, but the Racing Louisville game next Friday night is going to be an exciting one here. When they went and played down there, there was a lot of chances by Louisville. They're a potent offense. Mackenzie Wood had, I don't even know the number of saves, but heard that she was unbelievable that night.
A lot.
And yeah, really kept them in the game. So hopefully they can get a little bit more possession of the ball and come away with another win two wins next week.
And McCarthy gets her pocket picked along the defensive line there by Flint City. So in the final minute here, pending stoppage time.
There'll be a little bit with a couple of substitutions, but not too much added, I don't suspect.
Probably no more than 2 minutes we probably expect. Flint City along the far sideline. It's Sabag. Sabag crosses it in, easily chipped out by Julia Leonard. And a nice grab by Nona Reason.
It's good composure, right? Tall, strong, she's able to grab it even with the traffic and people right on her.
So we're at the full 90 minutes, and as we expected, 2 minutes of stoppage time. before this game is decided. All 3 goals by the 11 scored in the first 22 minutes of the first half, all of them by Maddie Williams. In a hat trick that many will probably be remembering for many years to come here, to say the least.
That's a special moment for sure when you get that first hat trick, either as a player or as a club.
And in this case, I think it's both.
Yeah, that's a great first touch by Selena to get around the defenders. Play Dora in behind.
Godjabransky gives it to Barnett. And we have a whistle, and looks like she was offsides. Deep in the field, but nevertheless, just a little bit too far off of the defensive line.
You see that tendency to run. She likes to run.
Krasula in the middle of the field. If you're the Indy 11 now, you just let the time wind down and get ready for King's Hammer coming up on Tuesday. King's Hammer at the bottom of the division. They have yet to win a game this year. They have 1 draw to their credit.
You know, they were the game the opening night. They had some good play in the midfield. They had a couple of chances. So they're not a bad team. And the Indy 11 cannot overlook them on Tuesday.
Are we breaking at the end of the game, or are we just shutting down?
You can do your final thoughts for trying to get up.
And with that, the final whistle sounds. A 5th victory on the season for the Indy 11. Final score 3-0 as the 11 knock off Flint City AFC to move to 5-0-1 on the season. And there you see a very happy Coach Paul Dolinsky here, Margaret, as needless to say, a dominating win, and of course all of it coming from Maddie Williams.
You know, you take it, right? It's really exciting. It's another victory, another step on the way. They did a good job tonight with a good complete performance.
And Nona Reason, in her first game as a pre-professional, gets a shutout victory here tonight in the net as well. So next up for the Indy 11 is going to be on the road at King's Hammer. That coming up on Tuesday, and then right back here then the following Saturday between them and Racing Louisville FC. It should be an excellent game to watch as well. Before we go, I want to give a special thanks to our crew here tonight on the cameras, Eric Knight as well as Vincent Mirandez, and also Alex Hadley, Derek Schultz on graphics, and our director, Alan Hughes. For Margaret McLaughlin, I'm Kurt Darling, saying so long until next time. Thank you for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network and 11 Sports. So long, everybody.
Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. That means you get more miles per gallon with Honda. Save at the pump with up to 40 mpgs for Honda cars and SUVs. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Place your soccer bets at Bet Rivers Sportsbook, your new home for soccer betting. The most soccer betting options on the sport you love. We offer live in-game betting on major soccer matches worldwide. We have tons of bets available during game, from money lines, goal spreads, player goals, half bets, and many more. Bet Rivers is proud to be the official sports betting partner of the Indy 11, Indiana's team. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your bets at betrivers.com.
So many people were out of work from COVID, not being able to pay their utility bills, not being able to pay their rent, and that's why our job is so important.
And what we've committed to is working with our partners around food pantries, around making sure that people get connected to what they need.
Our job is more than just giving people resources, it's be that hand to help them when they're feeling down.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/simply delivered. Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
In 7 years, you can meet, get married, have kids, get a dog, and still be covered in your Honda certified vehicle. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus factory trained technicians and Honda genuine parts. Search a local Honda dealer today.